Hi, I'm Luyoona Ali, and I'll be proposing my topic for sustainable design project. So my issue for the project is agricultural pollution. So as human population grow, we are trying to meet we're trying to meet their demands, and it takes a large amount of space to feed the whole population. So we have to find other ways to um, feed the population, a lot more sustainable ways. So that's what I want to talk about. And and the causes of agricultural pollution includes deforestation, like around 38% of the global surface is goes to like cultural land area, and also factory farming produces lots of greenhouse gases, pest problems like causes health hazards, and also like agricultural um, waste leads to a lot of like pollution in the air and in the water, and also degradation of land is like when you use the soil too much, like you can't use the soil anymore, and you can't plant anything anymore. So which is much more unfortunate. So these are some statistics I found. So it says about like the third of the um, whole food that is produced are always lost in the food supply chain. So even though you have like 100% of the food when you obtain it from your farm, like somewhere during transportation or processing and retail, it's lost. And so agriculture is also like the largest contributor of like non-CO2 greenhouse gases, around taking about 56% of it. And agriculture is also responsible for 75% of global deforestation. And if if the trends continue, about 10 million kilometers square of land will likely be cleared by 2050 to meet food demand. So the design concept and also the solution that I've come up with this issue is vertical farming. So it's the practice of producing food and medicine in vertically stacked layers, and you usually do this in a controlled environment where it aims to optimize plant growth, soilless farming techniques such as hydroponics, aquaponics, and aeroponics, and and also like it controls like temperature, air quality, um, and all that, and things uh, like natural disasters can't um, natural weather can't really affect, because like it mostly relies on um, LED lights and all that to grow. And also it could eliminate land conversions and habitat loss, wasteful water consumption, and soil erosion and degradation, just to name a few. And vertical farming allows us to produce crops with 70 to 95% less water than required for normal cultivation. And vertical farms are able to grow their seeds within half the duration that it takes to grow in a traditional farm. Like it can grow within 16 days when it takes to grow within 30 days in traditional farm. And uh, also there have been like surveys that show that they create about 400% yield, compared to like a normal farm. So how does vertical farming meet sustainable design goals? So here are some positive effects that vertical farming practices can have on about achieving some of these goals. So climate action. So climate change is one of the major risks for human society, and a lot of the practices contribute to like climate change from like machineries using fossil fuels and fertilizers and emitting greenhouse gases and all that. And also, vertical farming can help to build agricultural systems which are a lot more carbon positive and very fossil fuel free, and also sustainable cities and communities. So cities are the largest importers of food, but barely any food is produced in today's city. By increasing their internal food supply, vertical farming practices can help cities to reduce their negative impact on the environment and become more sustainable and self-sufficient. So, life below the water. So pesticides and fertilizers from agricultural soils are one of the causes of destructions of life below water, and these chemicals can accumulate in the water, causing eutrophication and alteration of aquatic ecosystems. By adopting a closed loop system, vertical farms do not contaminate the water at all and therefore help safeguard aquatic biodiversities and life on land. The excessive adoption of monoculture practices, as well as increasing the need for arable land to feed on growing human population, are putting way too many animal species around the globe in serious danger. And by creating a more self-sufficient cities and intensive agricultural practices, it can be turned into a more eco-friendly agricultural activities such as agroforestry or permaculture, etc., that will promote an increase in land biodiversity. And the increasing frequency of natural disasters and all that are putting outdoor agriculture on in a major risk, productivity risk, and this creates a serious problem for a lot of people around the world. So vertical farming can contribute to reduce the hunger in the future, ensuring a stable and a constant supply of food that is not weather dependent. And also, there's good health and well-being. And we live in a world where overconsumption and diet-related problems are very common, and vertical farming can contribute to the establishment of healthy eating habits by providing a range of fresh and nutritious chemical-free food. And a healthy planet means healthy people. And responsible consumption and production is one of the major ones. And by establishing food systems that are responsible from both consumption and production's perspective requires a paradigm shift in the way we live and do things. So vertical farming practices can help achieve responsible food production by converting the linear food chain into a more circular and efficient one. Furthermore, by showing production processes to the public, the people will be more engaged into becoming more responsible consumers, which is one of the things that I plan to do by with my project. So these are some design methods and processes and materials that I could use. So recycling, I'll be recycling a lot for my project. So recycling refers to the process of recovering waste and scrap and reprocessing into materials and using it for functional and useful products. And upcycling is the creative reuse of waste materials into new and new materials or products that are of better quality and of an environmental value. And the goal of recycling is to reduce high rates of pollution and waste while putting less pressure on virgin materials to produce brand new products. Um, this will make it this will put less burden on like agriculture to um, withhold with population demands, and this approach helps conserve resources and reduce waste from landfills or unintended destinations such as oceans as well. So I'll be using a lot of recycled and a lot of upcycling processes as well. So that's pretty much it for my topic proposal. Thank you.